Okay, so this is actually take 2 of making this video. The first time I tried to make it, everything went horribly wrong, so hopefully this turns out much better than the last one did. My name is T. Welcome to the principal voyage of filling the void. So firstly, I'd like to start with some information about myself. Like I said, my name is T. I am currently a graduate student. In my undergraduate years, I worked with post-colonialism, specifically post-colonialism in Latin America, through my English degree and my minor in art history. I became interested in post-colonialism as my background is Haitian. Both my parents are immigrants from Haiti. Even though I grew up in America, most of my life I grew up with Haitian culture, and so I've always been deeply intrigued and interested about my history and the history of the spaces that other Latin Americans had to experience throughout the history of colonialism. As the current political atmosphere is allowing us a lot of space to have conversations and to educate others on the situations that we as people of color and communities of color experience, I believed that it was a great time to use the privilege that I was allotted going to college and doing 4 years of research about post-colonialism with you. So sharing this information with the world. Hopefully you find it useful and hopefully you learn from it and you can go out into the world and utilize it. As an academic, I always think it's really important to start with your thesis, so it's thesis time. The thesis of this video is that understanding post-colonialism is significant to understanding the scope of white supremacist systems and the importance of educating minority communities. Suppression of knowledge has been utilized to keep people of color in America and around the world ignorant to ways of dismantling systems of oppression. Having the vocabulary to have conversations is important. So hopefully through this series and through the information that I have gained, I can share with you and my community words to actually express and describe the negative experiences that they are having. Throughout this series, I will be using the book Post-Colonial Studies, The Key Concepts by Bill Ashcroft, Helen Tiffin, and Gareth Griffiths. Throughout this book, there are the lists of vocabulary words that are really important to post-colonial studies, and so if you're interested in following along with me, you can get that resource. I also have a link to that resource within the Google document that is linked down below in the description. So I want to answer the biggest question that you probably have. What makes this series so unique? Well, hopefully the way you learn is very similar to the way I learn, but the way I usually learn is through, one, a discussion format, so having a conversation. Throughout this series, hopefully I can get other people interested in having conversations through maybe Zoom or something like that, where we can record the conversation and upload it, or even have it live here on YouTube. And the other way that hopefully this conversation will be unique is that I want to talk about these things within the context of different mediums. So through literature, through art, through music, you name it. Talk about these specific contexts through conversations that are already being had within artistic communities. So with that, this introduction video is over. Yeah, I know it's really short. The videos after this are going to be much longer. I will be uploading the next video in 2 weeks, and there we will be talking about the terminology the other as found in post-colonial studies, the key concepts, and we will be talking about it in conjunction with Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. So if you're interested in reading about that term or reading about the book that I'm going to be talking about, you have time to look into it. Of course, you don't have to. That's why I am here having this conversation with you, but if you're interested, that's always an option. Thank you for joining me, and we are the Third World Collective on this wonderful new endeavor, and hopefully I see you in 2 weeks.